County. Joco Community Radio.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Hey guys. Hey everyone. Nothing.
Hey everybody. It's crime time with Brittani and Renae.
Yes, indeed it is.
Tuesday. And I guess we can start off with our weekend.
Yeah. My weekend was pretty good. I definitely just worked a lot.
That's never fun.
Well, It's fun when you work at Buff City Soap, located in Waxahachie. Shameless plug for
Hey,
the Buff City
Robin.
Soap. Hey, Robin, what's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I don't think I really did anything super exciting. I did get to go to Galveston before the weekend started. And that was
very
pretty fun
jealous.
with a friend of mine named Mary. Hey, Mary. But I didn't really do anything. I kind of relaxed and just chilled out and did some laundry and watched some true crime. Big surprise.
Did you do laundry with Buff City Soap laundry soap?
I did, actually. I did it with Killer Vibes. If anybody is in the market,
Our views are going to drop because all we're doing is talking about Buff City Soap.
Right. No, no, it's a really good scent. It really is great. And I did use it. I did do my laundry, and that was pretty much it. So maybe next weekend I can have something better.
Yeah,
planned.
I did laundry too.
Yeah,
I did a lot of laundry.
We had some boring
so-
weekends, by the way. How about y'all? How about y'all's weekend?
How was y'all's
Robin,
weekend?
how was your weekend? Was it better than mine and Brittany's?
Yeah. I can't hear the mic.
Oh, let me turn it up.
You got me
about
there? There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. That's so much better.
All
Hey,
right. Hey, Crystal. So, okay, so we are going to cover a case, Natasha and Atchley.
Yeah. Very
And
interesting case.
Very interesting case.
I
I can't believe I've never heard of it. Have you?
No, I never heard of it until we researched it.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, obviously there are millions of cases, but I mean, just something that of this magnitude, you would just think that we had heard of it at some point, and I had never. She said her weekend was boring. Well, you're in good company because ours was too.
Yeah.
Maybe next weekend will be more fun.
Yeah.
How about you, Crystal? You got anything coming up that's amazing and wonderful? We need to live vicariously through someone.
Literally.
Ours was boring. All right, so we're going to get started on this case. You want to go ahead?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Why not? I don't have the notes in front of me, but surely I'll wing it, guys. Yeah. So Natasha Ann Atchley was born May 11th, 1972 in Lufkin, Texas. This is a local case, well, local-ish, Texas-based. She was this is so hard because I have the laptop in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're going to have to do this if I do that. You see?
We'll get it together, y'all.
Yeah. Well, someone put me on the spot. So,
Well,
thank
you said you were
so
starting
very
out,
much.
so.
I just meant the intro. I didn't know I was doing the
Oh.
whole dang thing.
All right.
That's all right, though. We got it. All right. So she was born to Lloyd Atchley and Karen Sue Woodard. And yeah, people described Natasha as fun. She was the life of the party. She was popular. She was carefree. She was happy. She was a cheerleader, so I'm sure that could give you an indication of what kind of
her
person
personality
she
was like.
Yeah.
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 And the town that she lived in was very, very small. It was I think there was like what 1,800 people. That's really small.
Yeah, population.
And I think it's only a little over 2,000 right now. Hey, Diana. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Diana. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Yeah, a very small town in Texas.
Yeah. And not in Lufkin. She actually lived in Shepherd, Texas, which is very close to Livingston. It's very confusing because they talk about all these cities, but they're all so small. I guess they're all just kind of like, kind of like Red Oak and Waxahachie and Midlothian and all that.
Just kind of like piled in
real
together.
Small towns, yeah. So she was from a very small town. Everybody knows everybody. We all know how that goes for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so Natasha went early on. She went to live with her grandparents in Odessa, Texas after she graduated high school. She came home to visit and decided to go to a party. And she...
It was Mother's Day weekend. And she came to visit her mom. But I guess because Mother's Day is on Sunday, she decided she was going to go ahead and go hang out with Saturday. Her friends. So she called her best friend Keisha. Yeah. Right? Keisha?
Oh, hi, Amber.
Hey, Amber.
Yay.
She from Florida.
Yes.
Hey, from Texas. So she decided that she was going to call her friend, her best friend, Keisha, and say, hey, I'm coming to town. I'm going to go to a party. Well, I guess her friend couldn't go, But her friend was also not at home when she called. So she left a message with the grandmother, and she's like, hey, I'm coming. I'll be stopping by. I have something really important I want to tell her. And Keisha got the message from her grandmother, but actually never got to see her.
Yeah, which is really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but Natasha attends this party. It's crazy. It's wild. There's alcohol. There's drugs.
LSD. Specifically. They talk about that a lot.
They do, yeah. But it's 1992. Natasha's 19. She's just living her life. So, but she's going to a birthday party of a person that's turning 18, which is crazy. Deborah Fowler. And this is thrown at her parents' house, which is a 5-acre subdivision. So very large space for some party going. Everybody's been to like a bonfire out in the woods.
Yeah. I guess they were throwing her at the party. The parents knew about it, and
they knew that they were doing LSD.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's not good.
They said, "Go on ahead, girl."
Definitely not a good idea.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
But yeah, so the party was hosted by Cindy Hennings. Clarence Fowler was the owner of the property, and that was
the parent,
Deborah Fowler's dad. So, but yeah, so they're partying like crazy, and Natasha decides that she's going to leave the party at like 3 a.m. And then this is when things kind of take a turn for the worst. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and what do I always tell you?
Nothing good ever happens after midnight.
I got it, y'all. Nothing good happens after midnight. I mean, it's a true story because all of these murders that we talk about are all after midnight.
Yeah.
So it's like eventually you have to go. I think. Well, my dad told me that, so he was onto something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I agree. But yeah, so Natasha, decides to try to go home at like 3 a.m. And then that's the last time that we hear from Natasha. The following morning around 10 a.m.
Which is Mother's Day, by the way.
Yes. Some pedestrians see a car on fire and call the police. And the police come out and the car is towed.
Yeah, they tow it because they think, oh, well, I guess somebody just abandoned this car and, whatever.
Yeah.
So they just tow it to a tow yard.
Yeah.
And I guess at that point they contact Natasha's mom.
Yeah. So Natasha's mom goes out and looks at the car, and I believe she's probably looking around the vehicle to find any information on Natasha. And that's when she finds her burned remains in the trunk of her car.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely heartbreaking. I can't even imagine.
Let's just talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
The police department.
How did they miss that?
They get a tip. There's a car on fire, smoldering, smoke's coming out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
And it has to have a smell, a distinct smell. So they go to this car and they don't even look at it. They just tow it to a tow yard and go, there you go, deal with that.
Yeah.
And then nobody smells anything. She has to come up on the car and find her daughter's remains. Unbelievable.
So sad. I think that's truly what this start of the mess ups in this case.
Yeah,
is
because
the cops completely just
because they
screwed this whole thing up.
They weren't able to look at the ground surrounding the car. Mm-hmm. They weren't allowed to. I mean, they weren't able to look at the car freshly. People were touching it.
Didn't even look in the car.
Exactly.
I'm guessing.
Oh, and she found her rings, her jewelry, in the cup holder,
which is really interesting. Like, we were kind of discussing this before we started the case, and it was like it might not be such an interesting topic, or the reason why she left her rings in the cup holder, but it's just interesting to notate.
I don't think
when did that happen?
What do y'all think? Do y'all think that somebody would be? I mean, if she's inebriated, okay, let's just say she's drinking, and whatever, and she's a little tipsy or whatever the situation is. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are the odds that she's going to take her rings off? It kind of sounds like someone did that nefariously.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just thinking she took her rings off because she was going to sleep in her car.
You think?
I don't know. When you take your rings off, it's because you're going to sleep or because you're going to fight someone. Which brings us into our next point.
There you go.
No. But yeah, so yeah, this is a very sad case, very gruesome. They said that the fire was so hot in the car that it basically cremated Natasha.
That she would fit into a shoebox.
She would fit into a shoebox.
That's
which is absolutely
horrible.
horrific. I can't even imagine being Natasha's mother or her brother.
19 years old.
At all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really crazy. What?
No, go ahead.
No, it's just really crazy. Like I just can't even wrap my head around it. When I read this case, I was like, wow, this is heartbreaking.
Yeah. So after the mother finds the car and finds her remains in it, of course, the police department have to come out and then they have to check it. And of course, they know that the crime scene's been, it's not where it needs to be. They didn't get to investigate it at its original place where the car was found. So they have to kind of go back. And so that's already messed up some stuff. And at this point, her body is so gone that they can't even figure out how she died.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So
there's no way to tell because it's literally just bones and then like skull pieces.
Right. So they have to actually start investigating the party because that's where she was known to have been the night before. Everybody knew she was going to this party, even her friend Keisha. Her mom knew. So they have to start going back and talking to all the people. And instantly, people start talking about Natasha and someone having an altercation, a fight. Like they were supposed to be fighting.
And that was Cindy Hennings, who was the party was hosted by Cindy Hennings.
For her friend Deborah.
Yeah.
And she's supposedly fighting with Natasha. Nobody really ever says why, though. Did you read anywhere that they said why?
No, okay. I never understood why. I was assuming it was because of a guy, but that doesn't make any sense because actually Cindy Hennings' boyfriend was the one that was...
One of them that was supposedly hitting her.
That was kicking her in the head.
Yeah, in the head. Yeah.
Which is kicking Natasha in the head.
Yeah.
This man.
And if she's inebriated and
or
on
a man,
drugs,
if you can call him one.
Yeah. If she's on drugs of some sort,
right,
that's going to make it even harder for her to fight back.
Right.
She's going to have a hard time. So I can see how she can be easily taken,
It's just, it really is so interesting that nobody ever talks about what the fight was about.
Yeah, that's never been mentioned, but it was mentioned by many people. So they start investigating this case, talking to different people about this altercation.
Yeah.
And it was, what was the guy's name? I forgot his name.
Haven't a clue.
Melvin. What'd you say? Haven't a clue. I think it's on the page. You have to have notes in these cases. There's a lot. Jim, his name is Jim. I think it's Jim Melvin.
Jim Morton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was seen kicking her. Someone told the police that, and they start just investigating all of this. And a lot of people are saying that. Other people are saying, well, I was too wasted to remember anything. I don't have a clue. I was one guy even said I was doing LSD. I have no clue. I don't know. So then they decide that they have enough people saying that.
Imagine being on LSD and seeing this happen.
Imagine.
I've never done LSD, guys, but I can imagine that's a wild ride to watch someone get kicked in the head while you're on drugs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, so that Cindy Hennings and Jim Morton end up getting arrested because several people said that he was seen. They were both seen fighting her and messing and hitting her and abusing her in some fashion or form. Mm-hmm. So anyway, he gets arrested, and the guy that tells the story, Anthony
Cornelius,
he tells the story. So Jim and Cindy get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
They go to jail, and I guess they're kind of waiting on be arraigned and go to court and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are talking to the one that gave them this statement, and then he says, I take back my story. I don't know if that's true. I don't think.
Yeah, he recanted a statement.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
after
true.
Claiming that he was
hey, Alyssa.
No, they were definitely fully in this.
Exactly.
Like, hi, Alyssa.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
Yeah, so he recants his story, and so police have no choice but to let him out. But what's interesting is somebody from jail that was a cellmate, so they must have been there for a little while. I mean, maybe a week or two or so. One of the cellmates says that Cindy tells her that she killed someone. Remember?
No.
And the cellmate says that. And so they're like, oh my gosh. So they're going to give a polygraph test to this woman, the cellmate.
That's right.
But they can't because she's pregnant. Have you ever heard that you can't do a polygraph if you're pregnant?
No, but I guess it's in the
That
book
is crazy.
of what to expect when you're expecting. Crime edition.
Yeah. We have to set alarms too all the time, Alyssa. Believe me. We said.
Oh, that was so nice though that you set an
Yes,
alarm.
absolutely.
We appreciate that.
So we
made it to the alarm, guys.
We've
How
made it to the alarm.
exciting!
So she recant, so they basically can't even. Here's the thing. Wouldn't her statement be worth something? I mean, I understand they couldn't do a polygraph test, but anyway.
Yeah.
So they can't do anything. So at this point, these two get, let out of jail.
Yeah, and it's interesting to note, like, the person that claimed that he saw this happen, right? He recanted his statement, and then he said that he made up the whole story.
Which is so typical. It's almost like he got threatened, and then he was 100%. Like, "Oh, never mind. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I was talking about. I'm crazy. I didn't mean to say that." But here's another thing that's interesting. So when police started investigating the car, they realized that number one, the fire was started in the passenger seat of the car.
Yeah.
And that it was so hot that it was drip gas. Is that what it's called?
Huh?
Drip gas. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's drip gas.
It's a weird name that I've never heard before.
An accelerant was used, petroleum fuel, consistent with drip gas, which is just such an interesting thing.
It is an interesting thing because it's specific. It's like specifically, you can't just run out and get you a gas can and put this gas in there. It's not like that.
It's from oil wells.
Yeah, it's something specific that you have to get. And so police had said that if they could figure out who had access to this oil or this gas, that would narrow the suspect list. Well, take a wild guess. Yeah, I believe you. I agree with you, Robin.
You're totally right.
Take a wild guess. Who had access to this drip gas? So weird. In all my years, I've never heard of this before. Big surprise. Tick, tick, tick. It is. I forgot his name.
Just kidding, guys. We don't actually know.
Well, I can't remember the characters. I mean,
it was Cindy's father.
Fowler. What's his name?
Fowler.
Clarence Fowler. There we go.
Fowler.
Sorry.
He has access to drip gas.
Well, and not only that, but the day before the party, he had went and picked some up so that he could burn brush on his property.
What an interesting... Why?
Yeah.
How did he get access to that?
I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. There's actually a page on Facebook where people are like, this was Clarence Fowler back then, and I don't know if he's still alive or not, but does anybody know him? And, questions like that. So who knows? Yeah, I believe police were definitely threatened. I really do. I mean, they were threatened because once they gave their statement, they were like, somebody's in trouble. And there was also talk about people being at the party. They said there were people at the party that people that would have instantly said, that's so-and-so that by their car. Yeah. That's so-and-so by their car. So I don't know if it was police cars. I don't know if it was like, for instance, a big truck. Everybody knew that, John drove that truck, that kind of thing. But they said there were several cars at this party that were people that were in politics.
Oh, yeah.
And they wouldn't want people to know that they were at this party because there was all these drugs involved and so forth.
Yeah. You hear about that all the time.
Yeah. So
it's like the rich protecting the rich.
Right.
What? Yikes. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was a big thing for the case in investigating it and, so forth. So back to the fire.
Yeah.
The fire started in the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so she's in the vehicle, she's driving. Gas is going to drip. You're just going to, it's not like she had a can of it.
Well, how did they know that it started in the passenger seat? That's what's so interesting.
I don't know. Firemen and people that work that type of stuff, they know how to do that.
I know, but it's interesting that I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and then she was in the trunk.
Yeah. And let's think about something. An 89 Camaro. Isn't that what she had? An 89 Camaro. It was a blue Camaro. Yeah. It was a really pretty car. Those trunk areas, it's tiny. Like a hatchback.
Yeah.
They're very small.
Yeah.
I mean, you would almost just have to crawl on your stomach to get back there. It's not like you're getting in the backseat of a car or a trunk of a car, which you're still going to be laying down, but it's just different,
Yeah.
So that's even weirder, because if I'm trying to get out of a vehicle, I'm not going to crawl to the smallest part of the vehicle. I'm going to start kicking out the window.
Yeah. 100%.
Which I believe is totally possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you can do anything, but the trunk doesn't make any sense.
Or open the door handle.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless you're on LSD.
Well,
and the door
true.
handle is like a snake or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how LSD works.
Well, everybody has an idea that that's kind of like it is. If you're on LSD, you're tripping.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
That's what I've always heard. So
we're just too good for this.
We know all about the drugs.
Too goody.
Yeah, so he was and here's another thing that drip gas is used for. Fuel for tractors, which he had a lot of land
because he's got 5 acres of land,
and then solvent for cleaning. But I'm sure that it was for I don't know how you get it out of the well, but I guess you could probably go to somebody and get it if you
got to know someone.
Yeah. So Natasha's mom, Karen, she did everything she could to keep the case alive. She, tried to keep people talking about it, doing like vigils and things like that, talking about the case and just all kinds of stuff. And there was lots of rumors about altercation. Some of the reasons that Natasha was killed was for drug money. Now, these are just rumors, obviously. Yeah. Drug money. The judge's son killed her. I don't know what's up with that. I read that and there was no explanation, so I'm not real sure why the judge's son would have killed her unless she told on the judge's son. I don't know. Or killed by several partygoers, and that seems to be the most popular rumor, I guess. So the police were able to confirm one story, and it was that physical altercation between Natasha, Cindy, and I can never remember his name, Jim. I don't know why I can't remember Jim.
Morton.
Jim is just not memorable, apparently.
As most men aren't.
There you go. You heard it from Brittani.
You guys know me. I'm going to hate on men all day, every day.
Even though she's looking for one.
No, I'm not.
Just kidding.
I am not looking for anyone. Stop putting that out there. Especially on this show.
Oh, no, I mean, she's married. Sorry.
Exactly.
She's totally married. She's been married for 10 years.
10 years.
Hey, we're making a story. I might as well make it good.
I have 3 kids.
Right. And I haven't met them yet.
Your dream.
There we go. So Tom Branch was the San Jacinto County Sheriff Deputy, and he said 100% sure that police have actually spoken to the person responsible for her death. So that tells me that it's definitely a party goer.
Yeah.
Because that's the majority of who they talk to, with the exception of like her family and stuff like that, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
But they definitely feel like that the person is somebody they've already talked to and somebody knows something. I mean, it's kind of obvious, though, when people come forward with a statement that pretty much fits the case, and then they just, oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I actually made that up.
Yeah.
And how come they didn't go more forward with, like, how come they didn't investigate that further or push? I mean, I guess
exactly.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you lied?
I would be like, okay, you're going to come back in here. We're going to put you in here for like 14 hours until you go ahead and tell that story.
Yeah. Diana said examiners may delay polygraph testing for individuals experiencing medically complicated or high-risk pregnancies.
Oh, thank you, Diana.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
Well, here's my question. Why didn't they?
Why.
I mean, her case hasn't been solved. Why didn't we go back and ask her afterwards and do a polygraph then?
I don't know. I guess we should.
I mean, I just don't understand.
Everybody get on the Facebook page.
Right. Her name is.
For the, what is it? Livingston Police.
Right.
Livingston, Texas Police Station.
Well, and it's also said that Cindy, she, I saw a statement somewhere. It's kind of hard to find news articles on this case, but somewhere it said that she, they were looking for her and to find out, like, she had gotten married and they kind of lost track of her.
Yeah.
So they're looking for her.
Yeah.
So so that might be a thing for us to all look for in the future.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very interesting case, and I mean, we'll obviously talk more about everything in a little bit here. But yeah, we just researched this case and thought it was so interesting that we could not solve it. And it's been 32 years and it's unsolved. And at this moment in time, they don't have any suspects. Right. They have nothing to go off of. Just this party, which sounded wild.
Everybody at the party needs to be questioned again.
Yes.
I don't care if you're in your 30s now.
30s?
50.
They're
actually,
in their 50s.
Yeah. See, it's kind of weird because it kind of stops in time. She was 19 and it just kind of feels like she's still 19.
Yeah, that's so true.
But she's not.
No, not even close. Mm-mm.
I hope they're still doing that.
I think they are.
We'll talk about more of that in a minute. What's so funny?
Nothing. We haven't figured out the breaks yet, guys.
She's got the giggles today.
We'll be back after this break.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Hey guys,
we're back.
We're back.
Is that better?
So much better.
Okay, good.
I literally could not hear a thing.
Okay. So just to recap, so we're talking about Natasha Atchley, who was murdered in 1992. Mm-hmm. And actually, I think we might have forgot to mention this, but it was like 6 days before her birthday, her 20th birthday.
Which is so
on
sad.
Mother's Day. Can you imagine? On Mother's Day, your mother is expecting you to come over and visit. And instead, you find out your daughter has been not only killed, but burned.
So sad because we're mother and daughter.
I know.
Like this literally pulls at my heartstring.
I know.
Will cry.
It's absolutely horrible. It's just
I can't even imagine it being you. I can't imagine it being me.
Right.
It's sad.
And this is why you don't go out after midnight.
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
right, guys.
We'll keep saying that until everybody stays in.
I'm alive and sitting on a radio show.
Don't do anything after midnight. And Livingston, Texas, by the way, is a city that I have actually been to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to travel with my bedding. And I had some customers that used to live in Lufkin and areas like that. Well, I had some customers that wanted me to come to Livingston. I was like, sure, I'll go. And there's another city close by there that I went to too.
Yeah.
That town is super small. I was like, okay, I think I went twice. And I was just like, sorry, I just don't have enough people there.
I wonder what the population is now. We should look that up.
I think it's 2,100 and something. It's only went up very little. It's actually went down a
the
little.
look on my face was probably.
I know. It's really bad.
That's so crazy. In 1992, there were 1,080, and there's now 2,000.
Yeah,
they've only had 20 people.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, they said they actually lost a few in the last couple of years, but it's because it's so small and you're so far from jobs and things like that. True. It's hard for people to make ends meet like that.
That's so true.
So unfortunately, Natasha's mother, Karen, died in 2002 and never got to see her daughter's case solved. It's really sad. And her brother does advocate for her as well. But so there's a group on Facebook, and it is called Justice for Natasha. And what's she saying? Nothing there. What does that mean? Oh, yeah. There's nothing there. You're right. I was trying to think what she was talking about. Absolutely. It's so tiny.
Let's just all go to Livingston and just stay there for 5 days so they can have their population be higher.
We'll be like, now you got 21, 22 or whatever. Sad. But there's a Facebook group page, actually. It's called Justice for Natasha. And I'm not real sure who started it, because at one point I saw this man that wrote a book talking. So I don't know if it's him or who. I didn't have enough time to figure that out because I was trying to research the case.
Yeah.
But they started that page, and they do talk a lot about things there, and people have come forward and talked about the fights and things like that. But there's a guy by the name of Dr. Alan Ashworth, and he has written 3 books on this case, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a series, a Justice for Natasha series. And what was it? Hidden
in Plain Sight.
Hidden in Plain
and
Sight.
It's on Amazon. It's like $7.
Yeah, $7.99. So
really inexpensive if you're wanting to read more about this case.
And he believes that she was raped, beaten, strangled, murdered, dismembered, and then burned.
Yeah.
From what I read. So that is crazy to even think
fathom.
Of. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So the books are something. Now there is there is also a petition, and the petition is to, I do believe Texas Rangers is working on this case, but the petition is to get the DA to investigate the case and push it for there to be an arrest. And I think it's because of the arrest and then it was dropped, I think that's the problem, which I get. I don't remember how many had signed it, but if you go to that page, Justice for Natasha, you can find the petition.
Sign the petition.
Absolutely. I mean, this poor girl was 19 years old, and she deserves justice. Speaking of justice, Cold Justice, Kelly Siegler, covered this case on season 6, episode 19 of Cold Justice.
Yeah.
I love Kelly Siegler. I like the way she does her cases. You can tell she truly cares. She goes over the cases, and she goes back, and I mean, they travel all over, and they talk to the people in the town, and they have cameramen that videos it all. So it's really interesting.
I love those kind of shows.
I do too. It's really interesting. I really do love it. But I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely shocked. Yeah. Are y'all ready for this?
For her theory.
For her theory on this case, and I'm just mind blown. I'm like, whoa, Kelly Siegler. What?
She might have been on LSD when she filmed this episode.
Something's going on. I don't know what the deal is.
She said, let me see what it's like to be like them at that party.
Yeah, it's very strange. But here's her theory. So they went back, and I do give them this. They do a thorough back, research, investigate. I mean, they do. They go through and they talk to people and they research and everything. But she said that she thinks. I thought our ringers was off. Mine is. It's yours.
It's not mine.
Oh,
it's yours.
My ringer's off. Anyway.
It is now.
I guess it wasn't. I even hit the button. But she thinks that and it's hard to even say this because it's so weird. She thinks that it was an accident. Like the girl was in the car, she was trying to get out, like she was on a dirt road and she was like kind of stuck in the mud or something, or in some ruts or something. Couldn't get out. It was spinning her wheels, and the car caught a fire, and she couldn't get out of the car. And I just don't buy that because first of all, where did drip gas come from?
Right,
Did it
from
just
the oil
magically
wells.
appear in her car?
From the 5-acre land that she was on.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then
How did it get in
also,
her car?
Yeah, why was she in the trunk?
Yeah.
If
Trying
her
to
car
get out?
caught on fire, why would she climb into the trunk?
They said she was trying to get out of her car, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I would much rather be
No.
where I can move around and kick the
window in.
Yeah, kick the window out and
Yeah.
try to get out of the car versus go back to the back where there's hardly any room to move.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I was just shocked. I didn't even want to watch it. I was like, because you can watch it, but I was like, I don't even know if I want to watch this because it's going to be hard for me to even, I mean, I try to be open about stuff, but that just doesn't sound feasible. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that sounds feasible for
it to be an accident?
To be random?
No. Let's not forget that there's, someone that has made a statement that someone in jail that was in jail with Cindy, made a statement that she did murder someone, came forward and said, hey, Cindy said that she murdered someone. And then also we've got this guy, Anthony Cornelius, who has a full story of what happened start to finish. He might have recanted his statement. However, it still lies that all of these things happened. So how do we have two different people from two different places? Because these people don't know each other.
One of them wasn't
telling
at
a
the
story.
party.
Yeah.
One wasn't and one was.
But then all of a sudden now Kelly Siegler says that it's an accident.
I mean,
shocked.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
I love her show,
but
I just can't.
People mess it up. And this is the kind of thing, though, that's so unfortunate because it's like one person's opinion that has a ton of views could change everything.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be that way.
Yeah. I really think that they need to keep pushing forward, excuse me, and talking to the people again. And that's one of the things that I think that, and no disrespect to police departments, but I think.
I totally agree with you, Diana. That's what I said. She was on LSD. I'm telling you.
She was trying to be like, what was it like to be at the party?
Yes. She was like, I want to be in the know with the LSD.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know. And,
what it would be like.
And
no, we love you, Kelly Siegler. I don't know. I don't buy that.
Well, I don't love you. I don't know you, but.
Well, I like her show. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, you're doing good things.
The gas part has me because the gas did not just appear in her front passenger seat and just ignite itself.
Oil well.
Now, if
drip gas.
If the fire had started under the engine, you might have me convinced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Or by the gas tank, I would be a little more able to be convinced.
Yeah.
But we're talking the front seat of her car. Unless she took a big gas can full of drip gas with her, which I don't think she'd be doing that.
She said, actually, I'm going to burn this brush.
Yeah.
For Clarence.
I got you. I don't know. That's weird. So I don't know. That's a very strange thing. Her brother's name is Chad Woodard, by the way. And he's the one that's advocated for her since her mother's deceased.
Yeah.
Her dad died when she was 8, I think.
Yeah.
So
and her mother was fighting for her all the way to the very end. She did pass away to cancer, which is really sad.
Yeah. Yeah. She was, let's see.
Yeah,
eight days away from being 20.
So sad.
When she died.
Robin, I totally agree. Honestly. It's just
I agree with you, Robin.
Really interesting. Like, I want to know what that fight was about. Because usually girls fight over guys.
Yes.
But why was Jim Morton involved in the fight?
It's almost like, here's the thing, she's the one that had the party.
Mm-hmm.
So and if she had an issue with her that quickly, and she hadn't even been around y'all gotta remember, she was living in Odessa. She had graduated from school in Odessa. She had moved to College Station.
Didn't
and
she have an
moved into
apartment?
an apartment with her friends.
She was working
so
at
she
Dairy
hadn't
Queen.
even been around in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, was she already mad at her like that quick?
Right. What happened between her moving to College Station and her coming back?
Exactly. She's like, I'm coming back to visit, guys. And instantly somebody wants to fight her.
Yeah.
It had to
and
be
you want to fight
guy.
her so bad to the point where like you're going to
kill her.
Yeah. Yeah. It is really interesting. Okay. So Robin, I agree. She was murdered and driven there and left to burn. That's what Robin said. But what's so interesting is why was she in the trunk? See, that's what I truly think that she was dead in the trunk.
Yeah, I think they killed her,
and they just caught her.
They caught the car on fire and
Yeah.
put her in the trunk
Yeah.
because to make it where she wasn't instantly
Yeah.
noticed, and it worked.
Yeah,
Because they even towed the car and didn't even notice
they
that
didn't
she
even
was
notice.
in the
Yeah.
trunk, which is unbelievable to
Well,
me.
I guess that does make sense. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know.
she could have saw something at the party.
Yeah,
It
honestly.
just upsets me because I just want him to go back. And I
Was
saw
it politically driven? Dun dun dun. Because of
don't
what
know.
what we touched base on with the whole Clarence situation, because he was like high in the political world or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
maybe so.
they've done worse things.
Well, there was a lot of political people at the party, and that's the thing. If you see, maybe a judge or maybe the judge's son was there.
Whoa.
And he was doing something.
Hey guys, me and Mom,
we're gonna get this.
we
solved.
solved this case.
Maybe the judge's son. No, I'm
Come
just
back
saying,
next
right,
episode solved.
right. Bam. We're gonna get a gavel.
We need a gavel.
We need a gavel. Anybody have
We're
a gavel?
not just investigators, we're judges now.
Right. Investigators don't have
We'll have
gavels.
different
They
shirts
have-
on.
We got tickled earlier and I could not breathe and my eyes were watering and I was like, we're fixing to start recording and I can't even breathe. Like, stop.
We were talking about what to say during the case. Should I say it? And then because we were like, man, this case isn't very long and we really want to make it longer. And so we were like, what did we say?
I don't know.
Oh, we said, her name is Natasha. And we were like, some could have called her this nickname, that nickname. And then we were like, oh, we could have called her Stassi. And I was like, that's my dog's name. And then I was like, speaking of dogs. And then we just trail off.
I had
talking about
water.
dogs.
I had water in my mouth, and that was what made it bad
was
because
so
I almost
funny.
spit it out everywhere. Anyway,
And I told her, I said, we'll just list our dogs off one by one and 5 minutes will go by.
yeah, trying to burn up time.
But if you guys like dogs, we
think-
will talk about them.
I think that we have done it though. We've managed to make it long enough.
Yes.
So, they did have a billboard up for Natasha. Atchley.
Mhm.
I could not find out if it's still there.
Yeah.
But the friends and family have a $15,000 reward, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
they've come up with. That's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
And then Crime Stoppers has a
$3,000 reward.
$3,000 reward.
Yeah.
And I
And-
need to look and see what the phone number is. But
And didn't the police rule this as an accident?
no,
No.
or
someone thought it was
No,
an
the
accident.
police officer actually said that he believes he's spoken to the person responsible for this crime.
Oh,
Period.
okay. Is this
So-
case still ongoing?
Yes.
Oh, it's still open.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, then, yeah.
so the
definitely
last-
send in your tips.
I'm glad you said that. The last statement that I saw, the Tom Branch
Mhm.
say, who was one of the officers that was investigating the crime,
Yeah.
and Texas Rangers too. But anyway, he said that he wanted to talk to Cindy Hennings. So all of you people that like to look stuff up, and who is that? Do we know her?
No,
Brittany?
but
we love you too.
We love you too, Brittany.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks so much for watching.
Brittany with a Y. She's
And Brittany with an I.
So
I used to tell people that was my name when I was a kid.
Yeah,
They would
she
be like, "What's your
introduced
name?" And
herself
I'd
that
be
way.
like, "Brittany with an I."
With an I. Get it right.
Mind you, they don't know where the I goes, so they're
Yeah.
like, oh, "This kid can't spell."
Yeah. She was right though.
I
It
was.
was an I.
Yeah.
But he literally said, I lost my train of thought.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so
We're like squirrel people.
we are.
Like squirrel.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I'm
it's
like,
not
what was I
good.
talking about? I'm so sorry, y'all. Bear with me. So Tom Branch was actually talking, and he said that he wanted to talk to Cindy Hennings again,
Mhm.
but she had been remarried and she had moved. And he said, I quote, "If anybody knows like who she married or what her last name is now, I would really love to talk to her again."
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was in 2022 or 2023, but any of y'all people like me that love to search, let's
Mhm.
figure out Cindy Hennings'
Hennings.
last name
Yeah.
now and who she married. I know somebody out there can do it. 'Cause
Isn't
we
there
all-
any way that like AI can take her photo and like age it for us, and then
I
we
don't
can like
know.
compare it to Facebook photos?
Maybe. So, sometimes AI is great and sometimes it's stupid. So I don't know. Who knows?
That's so true, but there's got to be something like that's the thing. Like this case is 32 years old, and it's so crazy that it's unsolved. It's crazy that I feel like it's pretty obvious we know what happened. Like this was not
Absolutely.
an accident. This was a full blown murder. And
I
it really
agree.
sounds like Cindy and Jim are responsible for
Yeah.
this. I mean, obviously, if you're willing to kick a poor innocent girl in the head with a steel-toed boot, you are more than likely capable of murdering her as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're gonna and burning is gonna be one of the number one ways that people try to get rid of evidence. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Well, they did a pretty good job because there were no fingerprints, no blood,
well, they
no
didn't even
footprints.
they didn't even get to check it.
Yeah.
They took the car. How long ago did she get married?
What a great question, Rhonda. We have no clue.
Wait. Oh, I don't know. He just said that she had gotten married, and the last he saw, he could not find her. And she's from Livingston, and Shepherd is another city that they talk about a lot, in San Jacinto County. So that's where she was from. I haven't had a chance to look, but I just knew some of y'all would be into searching because that's what I do. Do you have a signal on your phone? Because I want to look up our next little crime story, and I can't get anything to work.
I don't have a signal on my phone.
Hang on, let me see.
Oh, wait, just kidding. Haha.
Oh, good.
I have one. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Are you not?
I am, but it's not working. I
spikes.
just have a blank screen over here, and it's really annoying. Can you look up our little story that we're going to do next?
Yeah, absolutely.
If not, we'll just have to ad-lib.
We're so good at that, guys. We definitely don't have a paper in front of us.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I didn't have time to write that case, but, you know.
No, I was saying, like, you know, we're so good at memorizing.
Oh, right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Look up. You know what I'm talking about?
I can't lie, I don't. But
that story right at the very
there
end.
You go.
There we go. Thank you. I'll do it.
But does anybody have anything in the comments that they speculate happened or any crazy wild theories? We'd love to hear them. Obviously, it seems like it's pretty cut and dry, but anything could happen. I mean, they were on drugs, so, you know.
Right. And no disrespect to the deceased.
No.
We just know that played a part in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no disrespect to her at all. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody deserves to be murdered, you know, and have their body burned. And, you know, her brother and her mother, it's so sad. Her brother is still advocating for her every single day. I can't even imagine what that would be like. So
right, exactly. Okay, so do y'all remember last time we did a little true crime news? And it's just little stories that are
we decided to
weird.
Yeah, but
crazy.
We're trying to, because this case is so gruesome and it's really sad. And obviously, you know, unsolved cases really get to you because at the end of the day, we're walking away with no answers. So we're trying to lighten the mood, if you will,
because sometimes they're
best
kind of
as
weird
we can,
and sometimes they're kind of humorous.
Yeah,
you know. This one's definitely not humorous. However, it's
I'm laughing because I was like, "Oh, this is going to be so funny."
This is going to be so funny, and this is actually not funny, but because there are some funny ones.
Yeah,
but this one is. It's one of those things that you go, "What?
Yeah,
what did they do?" Okay, so I take off my glasses for this because I can't see otherwise. Okay, so this one says, officials announced this week that a woman who died during a conjugal visit with her husband at a state prison has been strangled. This happened in California. On November 13th, 2024, at around 2 a.m., David Brinson called officers using a family visit phone at Mule Creek State Prison. He said that his wife, Stephanie Dowles, became unresponsive during her visit. Officers rendered aid until paramedics arrived and took over. She was pronounced dead at 2:51 a.m. The Amador County Sheriff's Office announced Monday, March 17th, that Dowles died by strangulation. Officials are investigating her death as a homicide. Dowles was at the prison for a family visit, which, according to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, occurs in private apartment-like facilities on prison grounds and lasts approximately 30 to 40 hours.
Conjugal visits?
I had no idea. I thought it was like 4. I didn't know it could be for like over a day. That's unbelievable.
It's so funny because I actually followed someone on TikTok. I thought it was so fascinating. She was dating someone that was in What? Robin.
What did she say?
Just look at it.
I have to put my glasses on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surely
Okay.
knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 30 to 40 hours.
30 to 40 hours. So
yeah, they do overnight visits. Yeah.
Very much
absolutely.
so.
Yeah, you're right. But I followed someone that was doing a conjugal visit because she was getting married to someone in prison. TikTok's wild. And she was packing so much stuff. Like, she had like canned goods, like a hot pot.
Ready
like,
for your hot dog?
After a long night.
You want some mustard on it? Good Lord.
Got a whole buffet lined up, all the things that he can't eat.
We got some Lay's potato chips.
The real kind.
Not that HEB stuff. Okay, so the California
don't hate on
Department.
HEB.
No, I love HEB.
We
The
love
California
HEB.
Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation told KXTV in a statement, family visits are a privilege. I had to stop there, y'all, for a second. And you'll know why in a minute. Are a privilege, and incarcerated persons must apply and meet strict eligibility criteria to be approved. Okay, y'all failed on your job. California Department of Corrections failed. And you'll know why in a second. Only those who demonstrate sustained good behavior and meet specific program requirements are considered. These visits are designed to support positive family connections and successful rehabilitation.
He must have
Records
paid
show,
someone to let him do
girl,
this.
Records show Brinson, 54, are y'all ready for this? Is serving life in prison without the possibility of parole. He has been incarcerated since 1994. KCRA reports Brinson was convicted. Are y'all ready for this? I wish I had a drum roll.
Oh, here you go.
Okay. There we go.
That's my best one.
Reports Brinson was convicted of 4 counts of murder with a firearm enhancement. What?
Had a privilege of having a
strict
conjugal
eligibility criteria do you have? Because it sounds like none. This dude killed 4 people with a gun.
It's not funny.
And you allowed him.
It's funny because they allowed him to have a conjugal visit, and then he strangled the person he was with.
The woman that married him.
That's so sad.
Dell's mother described her daughter to KCRA as the most giving, kind-hearted person. And I am so sorry for your loss. That is absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
And I am shocked and disappointed that the California Department of Corrections allowed it to happen.
Literally.
Sad.
This whole thing could have been avoided.
She probably was just, he probably was telling all his stories, and she just believed him. She didn't know she was going in there to die. Her daughter-in-law said Dell and her husband would read the Bible together. She explained he was in school in there because she was pushing him to try to be a better person. How sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I just couldn't believe when it said that part about they had these strict rules and things that had to be approved. How on earth does this man get approved for conjugal visits?
I think he paid someone. Maybe in chips. Lay's chips, perhaps.
That's so crazy. I'm just disappointed in you.
He said, hey, man, I've got this. I'll trade you for your conjugal visit.
Good Lord.
Just give me your badge name. Or something. I don't know how it works.
So if y'all have any ideas on other cases we can do, please let us know. We thank y'all so much for watching. We thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
Because we are just getting started. This is our 3rd case.
Yeah.
And we're wanting everybody to enjoy the show. So let us know your thoughts, your opinions. If you have some good reviews for us, we'd love that.
Yeah.
I just thought we would try this little at the end of it to get, because it's obviously no murder is funny, but it does have funny parts to it.
It's just bizarre and weird how this even happened.
Yeah.
Like how they even allowed it to happen. And no, Rhonda, it is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
All of this could have been avoided if they had just not approved him for a conjugal
family, because it's like
100%.
She went up there to see her husband that she married, and it's sad, but I guess he was trying to make her think he was going to be a better person, and then he kills her.
Right.
Good Lord.
And then obviously don't forget to follow the Justice for Natasha Atchley Facebook page.
Right. Sign the petition.
Sign the petition for sure. And also do your best snooping and sleuthing and find
Cindy Henning's new last name.
Yeah.
/ husband.
We need to get her, guys.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Maybe they need it. Maybe they still need to talk to her, because that was something I found. So hopefully that is helpful. Give us your cases that you want us to cover, and we are looking forward to seeing y'all next time and doing another case.
Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and YouTube, guys. We really appreciate all your views. We appreciate your time. We're hoping that we just get better and better as we go.
Yeah, it'll get better. It just takes time.
It does.
Thank y'all for participating and talking with us and communicating with us. It really does help for people to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And we look forward to
share.
Right. Oh, yeah. Give us a review if there's a place to do. Is there a place to do a review?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Well, Facebook.
Thank goodness.
No, on our crime time. They're not going to give us a bad review. They love us. You saw what Brittany said. I love y'all.
Thanks, Brittany.
Give us a review.
Oh, thank you so much, Diana. We really appreciate that.
Yeah,
we really hope you love it.
I think
Okay,
on the page
fine.
you can.
Leave us a kind review.
Thank you.
If it's bad, we will delete it.
They won't let you.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Have a good night.